At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 350 plus programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Moment of honesty. Someone's gotta take the lead tonight. Who's it gonna be? I'm gonna sit right here and tell you all that comes to me. And if you have something to say, you should say it right now. You should say it right now.
You give me a feeling that I never felt before. And I deserve it, I think I deserve it. It's becoming something that's impossible to ignore. And I can't take it. I was wondering maybe could make you my baby. If we do the unthinkable, would it make us look crazy? If you ask me, I'm ready. If you ask me, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Woha, woha, ha, ha. Woha, 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 ha, ha. Woha, 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 ha, ha. Woha, ha, ha. Woha, ha, woha, ha, ha. Woha, ha, ha, ha. Woha, ha, ha, ha.
Woha, 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 ha, 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 woha, woha, ha, woha, ha, woha, 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 ha, ha, woha, woha, ha, ha.
Woha, ha, ha, woha, ha. Woha, ha, ha, woha, ha. Woha, ha, ha, woha, ha. Woha, ha, ha, woha, ha. Woha, ha, ha, woha, ha.
Woha, woha,
Woha, ha, ha, woha, ha.
woha, woha.
That's the first time for a woha echo?
Yeah.
I think so.
Shout out to the musical Emmett Till.
Oh my God.
That was the music. That's what the video was. It was about Emmett Till.
I know. Why'd they do that? Why did they do that?
It's Alicia Keys. Anyway, hey everybody, welcome back to the Blackish Show About Nothing. It's Jade and XD.
Woo, 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 woo.
Yes. I'm your host, XD, aka I did not eat white rice and honey growing up. And I'm here with
Jade, aka who did besides Alicia?
You remember
I know.
in the
White rice and honey. I know. She was skipping it, hopscotching over needles and shit.
In
We heard
Hell's
you, girl. In Hell's Kitchen.
Like you doing a lot on 55th and 10th.
You really okay? Because Broadway's right there. Like
get you a bacon, egg, and cheese and find you a home, girl.
Oh man, white rice and honey. Girl, you would eat a white rice. No, white rice and butter. I would have like white rice and honey. She grew.
I mean, maybe sugar was expensive.
Sugar
for
is
her
cheaper
family.
than honey.
Well, I don't know what it was giving in
1776.
Yeah, however old Alicia Keys is.
I think Alicia Keys
know.
is like 2000.
How old is she? She's one of those people that I just don't think about like her age.
No, and I
Like,
really
you know what I mean?
I think she's 2000 years old. Not that she looks it. She looks incredible. I think that Alicia Keys, I don't know what it is, but I feel like she finagled her way into this one here.
You gotta be careful about talking about her. Oh, she's 41.
Oh no, I mean that in a good way.
She's January 25th, 1981.
Wait, she's an Aquarius? That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When the moon is in the seventh house.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, so that's a little fun facts of Alicia Keys.
That was a good time.
Sure. But
rest
yeah,
in
we're
peace.
back in this thing.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Rest in peace to Takeoff. Like, I have to say, I woke up to that news. I got a phone call, and I was really sad to hear that. I was really sad to hear. That's a young man. He was 28 years old, and if you know anything about Takeoff, in the Migos, you know that he is the one who stayed out of the limelight. He's the one who would mind his business. He's the one who's like, I don't need to be all in the mix all the time. And that's not a slight. Like, you're an entertainer. You have every right to be in the mix if that's what you so choose to do. But he just seemed like such a gentle, sweet spirit who minded his own business. And I was really saddened to hear about his tragic passing, and the circumstances of which it came. And I just want to send a lot of love to his loved ones and wish him a peaceful and easeful journey. Like y'all gotta chill.
Yeah, it was really jarring news to wake up to this morning. So unexpected, so what? Confusing, a lot of emotions, but I hope his loved ones are comforted and surrounded in love.
Yeah.
Because that's rough.
Yeah.
It's also, I don't want to be political, so I'm going to move away from that. But I will say I am very tired of, or growing tired of seeing young men being killed by gun violence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Young black men specifically.
Yeah.
By whatever reason it was.
What it comes,
Yeah, it's, all these people have been so young and so, they deserve to grow old,
Agreed. Agreed.
Like there are these people who are, just living their lives, regardless of how, whatever may have transpired in their lives or whatever, it doesn't give people license to just go out and kill people just for whatever reason,
Not by any means.
Not by any means. And also, it's also a lesson for those who choose to carry, to be a little bit more thoughtful in how you choose to carry your weapons. I've never been outwardly shared my stance on the Second Amendment. What I will say is that I believe that people should be responsible in all things that they do.
Yeah, agreed.
And
Agreed. I fully agree with that.
I'll leave it there.
No, I agree with you. I'm like, listen, I can't tell nobody what to do to protect themselves or their family, but I can tell you that that a lot of times this isn't necessary, and there's many ways for us to have confrontation. Nobody's saying avoid confrontation. There's many ways for us to have confrontation without it having to lead in a life loss. And so, like, I wish niggas would fight again. You know what I'm saying? I really do. Like, I mean that.
Sure.
I wish niggas would fight again.
Abe, take what I'm about to say out, but I'll leave it in Patreon. Okay, come back, Abe. People need stuff to do.
Yeah, we need to stay
Okay.
busy and yeah. I can't with you. Yes, there is something that is fully omitted right now that you all are probably trying to figure out what is going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want people to fight again. I want people to let's put our dukes up. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be that. And that's not going to be the whole episode, but I was really saddened to hear about that. So I wanted to make sure that we send love in his loved one's way and wish him an easeful journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that being said, how was your week outside of this news?
Outside of this news, week was good. I can finally share with you all. Been working on a Target project over the past year with sisters Fred and Kia, and we're really excited and really grateful to be able to have this conversation with you all. So check out our 3-part series, Illuminating Intersectionality. We're going to have 3 live Twitter conversations over the next 3 Mondays, starting November 7th, and all the information can be found on my social media. So yeah, I'm really excited for that, and I'm grateful for all of the support, and I'm grateful to work with my sisters. I'm grateful to work with my friends who have become my family in all facets, because that's a privilege, and I don't take it for granted. So yeah, make sure you all check that out. We have some pants back in restock. All orders from the original order, I think I told you all last week, should be out. If you haven't received a notification today, by end of week, you'll be getting it any moment, because all of those orders that came in at the same time should finally be out, and then we'll have a restock of a couple of fabrics, not in excess though, and this is not never ending. It is stopping. So make sure you all stay tuned on my social for announcements for some of those restocks and things.
Pan hit the ground, call yourself a cool cat, looking like a fool, walking downtown with your pants on the ground. Get it up. Hey, get your pants off the ground, looking like a fool, walking, talking with your pants on the ground. Get it up.
And I'm just grateful for the support. That's what I got going on. You know what I'm saying? In addition to regular ass life. What's up with you? How was your week?
You know, it could have been better. Because where I was sick the week prior, Chris Rogers got sick this current week, so it was a lot
he
of
did, man.
tending to him. Yeah, and there's one thing, when I get sick, I'm very much like, don't talk to me, leave me alone. Don't
Lift
touch
me alone.
Yeah, I will get better. I need to heal on my own, like Wolverine. But I currently date a hypochondriac. So that means that means I have my fingers on 9 and 1 at all times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But he's fine now. But listen, I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I'm going to tell you what I've been through. And I'm going to tell you I didn't have COVID, but I had a really bad cold. And let me tell you, that really bad cold made me want to D*E, okay? So
Oh my God.
I just want people to know to wear a mask, don't talk to your coworkers. Say no to coworkers for real. And it's not just about just socialization. It's about health practices too, because coworkers who are very like social at work just love just spewing their little droplets on you at the water cooler, talking to you about House of Dragons, which is really not that important in the grand scheme of things. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So just, take caution, stand 6 feet, get you a couple of boosters and a shot or 2 or something. Drink a medicine ball in the mornings if you can.
Yeah. Make sure a tincture and a tonic.
That immunity shot that they have at Pressed Juicery, which is $28.50, but so worth it.
Not $28.50.
It is for that little shot of ginger in hell in a bottle.
I like it.
Oh yeah, it knocks the manila right out. I'll tell you that. But that's not. It's
Ooh,
still like
make you some
40,
Nature's
50.
penicillin. Nature's penicillin is that girl. Let me tell you all. You want the recipe real quick?
No, you gave it to me. That shit grows stuff on its own.
Yeah,
That's what
but
you use to make kombucha
no, that's what you
or
use
sourdough.
to knock out some shit. Okay, do you hear
It
me?
is. It is. What's that shit you call that you need for sourdough? What's it called? The starter, sourdough starter. And it's got like a bunch of bacteria and shit in it because it's sourdough.
I can't remember. I don't know. I've never made sourdough. I'm being real honest with you.
Really?
No, I didn't make sourdough.
Oh.
I mean, not that I wouldn't. I just didn't.
Not to say that I'm just interested that you would only, and I'm surprised because sourdough is one of those like breads. You know what I mean?
We had so many things to learn, like between lamination and proper tempering and working with jelly. You're working with so many different quote unquote mediums within food that it was hard to get to like every kind of bread, every kind of this, every kind of that. So I just have not made sourdough. I buy sourdough every Saturday at the farmer's market, but I haven't made sourdough yet. Made regular bread, I made challah, couple things, but just not sourdough specifically.
Yo, friends, let me put y'all on because we need to have I know we don't do segments, and I know we said we need to do the black business thing or whatever, stolen from the friend zone, but whatever. But there needs to be like a snack section of the show where we talk about certain things that we have found, and I want to say, friends, Kroger's half thing of sliced bread is the truth. So Kroger has, I don't know what Kroger is in other parts of the world, food for less, because that's what it is here.
Oh. So
like they make half loaves of things instead of full loaves, which I appreciate.
Oh, Wegmans does that.
Well, there you go. Well, Kroger's sourdough, that particular sourdough, fabulous.
Sometimes if I miss the farmer's market that week, I'll do a half loaf from Wegmans, a half loaf of sourdough specifically from Wegmans.
Yeah, it's so fresh. I was just surprised, Kroger brand, because I've been on store-bought brands is the same. There's some things that I won't compromise on, like toothpaste and like toilet paper and things, but otherwise, like foodstuffs, I can get over the fact because I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm going to make it better than what's served out of the package anyway. So, you know what I mean? But Kroger, that bread, and their Italian half loaf, delicious.
Oh, an Italian half loaf.
Yeah. But anywho, okay, so your week was good. My week, it was filled with, snot rags and sweaty sheets.
Delicious.
But, inwards are on the mend,
I'm telling you, Nature's penicillin, knock that shit right out.
Yeah, well, give the people the recipe.
Oh, so you're gonna do a grapefruit, whole grapefruit, peeled with the pith on. The pith is the white, so you want to have that because that has all the nutrients. Yes, it's bitter and gross. Get over it. Grow up. Same thing with an orange.
Grapefruits in general is nasty. You know how I feel about grapefruits. I think that is a geriatric fruit. I think that is for people who have like phlebitis and colitis. Like I don't.
I like grapefruit.
And that's fine. I'm probably, I'll get you a T-shirt.
You can get you an orange. I usually do too. Same thing. Peeled thinly with just the peel off, pith on. Same thing with 2 lemons. You're going to add a half of an onion and some garlic clove. I like to also chop up some raw turmeric root. That's not what's in the original recipe, but that also helps a lot with inflammation. And then, if you really need to if you need to do something to try to mitigate a little bit of that taste, then you can add a little bit of mango juice or, some sort of natural juice of your choosing just to try to cut the flavor a bit. Blend it all up. Some people add a little cayenne too. Some people add a little peppermint. I don't do that. I might add a little cayenne, no peppermint, but I do add the turmeric. Oh, and ginger I add. Blend it all up. And when you're sick, you drink about a cup of it a day, a measured cup. When you're not sick, you drink about a quarter of a cup to half to keep your immune system up.
It is so gross.
It's rough to get down.
It is like pledging. You're hazing yourself to get better.
It's rough to get down, but it really, really, really hits the immune system like
it can degrease your engine.
A big palm nigga. And and I bust through that, and also I take vitamin C with rosehip and vitamin D. And that combination plus my turmeric ginger teas and things really help to kind of cut whatever that is in half.
Yeah, that sounds like a good natural remedy. I've had it before. It is very, very potent. It is very strong. Strong tasting. Strong in every sense of the word.
And it's one of those too, like when you first drink it, you're like, okay, this is not that bad. It's like a citrus smoothie with a hint of onion and garlic. And then you get a little more into it.
Feet.
And then you get more into it and you're like, okay.
It's Orange Julius and Jim. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
they also say that it helps if you sleep when you're sick. If you cut an onion in half and sleep with it in the room, because onions absorb a lot of bacteria.
Yeah, my grandmother used to put onions at the bottoms of her feet in socks. And so, like, it's supposed to dry out the toxins in your feet and through your feet and stuff. I just never went in her room when she did that. So.
No, I get it. My aunt had a very problematic, thing about the bottom of the feet. She said she beat her kids on the bottom of their feet so nobody would see. I know we don't beat no more. I don't beat. Okay? But the first time she said it, I was like, God damn.
Damn. That's so...
Then I looked at my cousin's Toya and Kiki. I was like, I'm sorry I feel bad for y'all. So now I'm beating on y'all on the bottom of your feet.
That's so fucking wild. Like, yeah, okay. An abuser's playbook. But anywho, it's time to pay some bills.
Yes, it is.
So, as with every episode, we appreciate and love you for listening. Make sure you tell a friend that we are on everywhere you can get your podcast except for SoundCloud, which actually is untrue. It's just the problem is we do have SoundCloud. It's just we have to actually set up the account further to have it so everybody can access it. If you want us on SoundCloud, you let us know. It costs, but we'll figure it out.
Niggas still use SoundCloud?
Hey, some people do. People listen to Getting Grown on SoundCloud.
They do? Do they? Oh,
Anywho,
shit.
let us know if you need us on SoundCloud. Otherwise, you can find us anywhere else you get your podcasts. Also, sign up for our Patreon, $9.99, where the true mess lives. $9.99. We have a good time. Not $7, not $9, $9.99. And I'm saying that for a reason, and you know why. If you know why.
Not y'all still trying to skate. Not you still trying to skate.
I wasn't gonna say that. All I just said that was oh, I'm sorry, I got distracted. Abe. Hey, Abe. Abe has sent us a text message. We're doing some work.
Hello, Abe. I know, I'm like working.
But yeah, sign up for our Patreon. We have a Wang Dang Doodle TV reviews and more. we have ourselves a good time. Also, subscribe to us on YouTube. Even if you are subscribed to us on Patreon, subscribe to us on YouTube. It's free.
Yeah.
It helps us pay for things, and it also lets us know what type of content you want to see from us as well. So go ahead and click that subscribe button and click like, and also hit the notification bell so that you get updates of whenever we post content, because it's not on a schedule, it's just a day.
That's right.
It could be any given moment, but get all the notifications on now. Also, follow us on all of our socials, because we be announcing stuff there. As you know, Jade is announcing more stuff with her Twitter chat for her Target project, as well as her apparel. Whenever XD decides to not take a break and stop grieving and get back to work, then that's when XD will announce things on social media.
Take your time. There's no need to. We don't need no caveats and shit.
Yeah. Just gotta let you know. But anywho, in the description box, wherever you're listening, click the link tree, because that's where you can find all our stuff, past episodes, and all that jazz. Let's take a break, and we'll be back after these messages.
Hit it, Cloud.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hello there. This bustling holiday season, you might be looking for nutritious, flavorful meals to fuel you on jam-packed days. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal delivery service, can help you eat well for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time and stay on track with your healthy lifestyle while tackling all your holiday to-dos. Cross meal prepping off your list this holiday season with Factor. Skip the meal planning, grocery shopping, chopping, prepping, and cleaning up, and get Factor's fresh, never frozen meals delivered to your door. They're ready in just 2 minutes, so all you have to do is heat and enjoy. Treat yourself to high-quality, delicious meals over the holidays. Choose from 35-plus chef-crafted meals each week that support a healthy lifestyle and meet your meal preferences. Whether it's calorie smart, vegan and veggie, protein plus, and more wholesome options. Looking for calorie-conscious options over the holidays that don't skip out on flavor? Try delicious dietitian-approved calorie-smart meals with around or less than 550 calories per serving. Or need an extra boost to support your wellness goals and feel your best during the holidays? Try Protein Plus meals with 30 grams of protein or more per serving. Factor isn't just for dinner. Count on extra convenience any time of day with an assortment of 55-plus add-ons to suit various preferences and tastes. Choose from quick breakfast items, lunch to go, grab-and-go snacks, and ready-to-drink cold-pressed juices, shakes, and smoothies. With Factor, you can rest assured you're making a sustainable choice. We offset 100% of our delivery emissions and source 100% renewable electricity for our production sites and offices. So this December, get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door, ready in just 2 minutes. No prep, no mess. Head to factormeals.com/JadenXD50 and use code JadenXD50 to get 50% off. That's code JadenXD50 at factormeals.com/JadenXD to get 50% off.
Sugar and spice and everything nice, that's what my house is made of. Gingerbread girls with strawberry curls, that's what my house is made of. So please come inside.
And we're black. So, have you, I don't know, a while back, or maybe a year or so, or 2 years ago, however many years we've been doing this show, we did like an episode about like dark Disney and like highlighting like how fucked up Disney stories were, I believe. Or we created our own, I believe.
I forget much, but that sounds on brand.
Well, we could go back and revisit. The reason why I bring this up is because, have you ever looked at the story of Hansel and Gretel?
What do you mean looked it up?
Like, have you ever just researched the story of Hansel and Gretel just because? Like, what do you? Let me rephrase this question or ask you a different type of question. Are you familiar with the story of Hansel and Gretel?
Yeah, 2 white children go into the woods. They discover a house made of gingerbread and candy and shit. And they real hype, eating the house. And then an old bitch comes out. And she's the one. Oh, no. Maybe she tricks them. Ay. Ooh, treats. And then she cooks them and eats them, right?
Oh, they escape, but that was her general, like, ideal.
Oh, see, my mind. See, in the end, I thought the kids died. I'm sorry.
Well, no.
I'm sorry.
It actually is a very different story than what we
She
think.
didn't make soup out of them?
Nah,
There wasn't a cauldron involved?
Yes, there was.
Should I look it up right
was.
now? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, I was gonna just give you the zhuzh.
Okay, I'm listening.
So, like,
as I
Hansel
look it
and
up.
Gretel, right? Mm-hmm. Hansel and Gretel were the 2 children of, like, this really poor-ass, like, wood chipper.
Okay. Blue
He
collar.
had his baby moms died because, you know, it was, like, back then times, and, you know, they didn't really, like, survive back then like that.
Right.
So he ended up getting a new girl, a new young, you know, filly who hated children. Oh. And she tried to kill them often.
What the fuck?
Like, her whole thing was, like, she hated them, and she tried to, like, poison them at times or whatever, and also tried to abandon them in the woods.
Okay.
So she would make her husband send his kids to the woods to abandon them because they couldn't afford the children.
Okay.
But he would, like, leave, like, pebbles around so that they found their way back home. Well, one time he led them deeper in the woods because, you know, power of the Poo-Tang.
I was going to say their daddy was pussy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, you know, the stepmama was like, go deeper in the woods, like, you know, fuck nigga and whatever, because he's whipped and he leaves them in the woods and whatever. So they're all wandering in the woods and shit because, you know, they got abandoned in the woods, you know, real, like, precious to you. Mm-hmm. They find this house who's, like, you know, a cottage full of, like, cookies and snack wells and everything that I would eat, right?
Not snack wells. You would eat those now.
Hell yeah, I would eat Dunkaroos.
Viennas.
Oh my gosh. I want a Vienna so bad. They have ugly ass packaging now.
They
so
do.
I don't know if I want it.
They do. It's real ugly. A Vienna is just a vanilla sandwiched cookie.
Yeah. It's super basic now, but back in the back days, I was like, ooh, you is wealthy.
I know. But it ain't nothing. It's literally like a Belgian Oreo. Mm-hmm. I don't even know if it's Belgian, but, you know.
Or Viennese. Yeah.
Viennese Oreo. Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, the rest of the story is the same.
Okay.
Where she, you know, they go and
let me look this up.
A very old woman and you know,
go away with
is actually a witch and tries to, like, eat them. But I was so interested. I was like, you know, most of these stories that we tell children are really dark and awful. Like when on this TikTok, when you realize that Scar is the actually one that killed Mufasa and, like, ate him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts, diddly-dee-dee. There they are, standing in a row. Big one, small one, some as big as your head. No, I would never have had to do this for Mufasa. What did you say?
Uh-huh.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. You got to get through all of the Wikipedia. You know, I donated to Wikipedia once.
One time, and they will not. They're like a fucking...
Listen, like a tattoo on a biker's ass. Leave me alone. God. We is not stuck together. And I only donated $2.75 that one time.
Okay,
3
so
years
in
ago.
one variation, they cooked the witch in her own oven. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see here. Not additions. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Plot. Oh my God. Oh, a famine settles over the land. Oh, that's fucked up. So wait. So his second wife says, take the kids to the woods because ain't enough food for the four of us. So
I feel like she just hated them. So
she was hoping somebody would kidnap them in the woods to feed them and they wouldn't have to worry about no more. Not my problem. Okay, next up. All right, the woodcutter. The woodcutter still is pussy in this rendition. He goes along with it. Okay, Hansel and Gretel overhear him, and then Hansel sneaks out and puts the pebbles down so that they know how to get themselves back. They go into the woods. Parents abandon them. They get back home. Stepmother's pissed. They gotta eat. She's mad because they had to eat. Tells the father to take them back into the woods. Y'all are the three of y'all could have overtaken this bitch.
They could have just killed her.
That's what I'm saying.
Lived happily ever after.
No more famine. The following morning, they all go into the woods. Hansel leaves breadcrumbs. While they discover, the witch locks them in an iron cage, feeds them to fatten them up. Gretel nothing but crab shells. Oh, she's trying to give her flavor.
Because she believed she made the girl the handmaid.
She was trying to make her bouillon. He was about to be she was bouillon and he was gonna be the meat. But the witch got bad eyes. So be he fat or lean, she prepares the oven to cook the little nigga. But then she decides she's hungry enough for Gretel too. I'll take seconds. And then they kill her. Really thought the kids died in the end there. Not gonna hold you. Gonna hold you.
I mean, it's a good story. There's gotta be some sort of triumph.
What the fuck led you down that path?
Drugs.
Oh, okay, fair. Hold on. Okay, so let's. Well, now that we're here, dark children's stories.
I think it was because of when I learned that Scar truly killed Mufasa and ate him.
It's the eating him part that's fucked you up.
Yeah. Because it's like. I know how it all began because it was me randomly singing Elton John's "Can You Feel the Love Tonight."
Oh my God! Speaking of Elton John, I'm so sorry. Did you know that he lives in Atlanta?
Yeah,
I did it.
Yeah, I found that out a while ago because it was something around his foundation, gay. And I was like, he lives in America? That's so interesting. Why?
He lives in Atlanta? That's so interesting. But then not. Okay.
Some might say that owning 5 homes is a little bit excessive, but for rock star Elton John, it's simply a way of life. He started dating someone in Atlanta about 13 years ago, fell in love with the city, and bought an apartment, a home he now shares with longtime boyfriend David Furnish. I recently traveled to the Georgia Capitol, where Sir Elton gave me a rare tour of his very
I mean, it's pretty, it's picturesque, it's quiet. He could have all the land he wants. It's homosexual,
It was the last part.
Tyler Perry is there.
Maybe they're lovers.
No, he got it. Did you ever? First of all, did you know that Tyler Perry did an action movie?
Moving right along. No, I don't.
I just discovered this the other day. Did you know that it's Alex Cross? He, on the cover, he's holding a gun and everything. And I was like, this is so unbelievable.
Wait.
They're like, this is the most like non-threatening person with a gun ever.
Alex Cross.
Got ourselves a Four Roses. Hey, Alex. You're gonna want to prepare yourself for this one. Woman was tortured to death.
Gotta be at least 2 or 3 guys to pull this off.
No.
Alex Cross. What the fuck? Who is
Like,
in
he
this?
got a wig on.
Who is this white man? He always has a wig on. I'm so sick of it. Hold on. Images.
You know.
Matthew Fox. Who's Matthew Fox?
Somebody at Lionsgate.
Hold on. Matthew Fox.
Was he in one of the Furiouses?
Go away. Stay signed out, Google. Let's see. Oh, he was in Party of Five. Lost.
So was I.
Me too. He was in Party of Five, Lost. We Are Marshall, don't know what that is. Vantage Point, don't know what that is. Alex Cross, just learned what that is. Emperor and Bone Tomahawk steak. Is that a steak? I don't know this white man.
That sounds like some CW programming.
There was something. So me and Noah watched this. You know, they got a new kids movie. It's like, I'm gonna call it tween, because it's like, you know, like, I think it might be a bit too much for like a 5-year-old, but it was fine for her. It's called Wendell and Wild.
Oh, the claymation with Jordan Peele.
Is that what that's called? That's claymation?
Or stop motion. Whatever is from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, I never knew what that was called.
Stop motion claymation, I believe. Yeah.
What? So they didn't make all that shit out of clay. Hold on, let me look this
sure
up.
they did.
Hold on. How you know?
Because it's like the same.
It's like Coraline.
Yeah.
Wendell and Wild.
Like how they do Robot Chicken. Like they're all dolls.
Yeah, but that looks like. Okay, wait. What's this called?
Yeah, it's CGI-ish, but yeah, I believe they use claymation.
Okay, Wendell and Wild is considered. Oh, stop motion. Okay, now what's that called? Stop motion
When you
is
take a
an
picture.
anime. Oh.
Stop motion is Robot Chicken.
Okay, but they just like choppy with it, and then they just got better with shit like Wendell and Wild. It was actually a very cute movie. It has the little black girl from This Is Us, the one who was adopted by Randall and Beth. And then, what was her name? Tasha. Deja. It has Deja plays the voice of the main little girl, and then it's got Evil Face Daddy from Everything. You know who I'm talking about with the eyebrows and the smile. You know who I'm talking about. Man, Lynn Whitfield.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and then Angela Bassett, and Jordan.
She stays at Netflix.
She stays paid, and Jordan and Key and Peele, and I forget who else is in it, but it's a cute little movie.
It's a horror movie.
Yes, it's a young horror
Kids,
movie about and what's her face? Who had a baby for Lawrence? What's her face? Who had a baby for Lawrence in Insecure? Not Chase Ho, but the other one.
Condola.
No, the one who had a baby for. Oh wait. No, the one who had a baby for Lawrence. Wait. Who did Condola have a baby for?
That's that his baby mom's.
Wait, so who was? Oh, I'm lying. I am on the full wrong show. It's from the game. The one who had a baby for Derwin.
Girl.
I don't know. But I told you. Literally, I still think Woman King and Black Panther is the same shit. It's the same movie. Like, why y'all do that so close to each other? Yeah, her would have been. When I tell you, I kept telling, I was like, oh yeah, she's the baby for Lawrence. I rationalized to myself. I said, Lawrence had 2 babies.
No.
Woo!
Totally wrong show, network, time.
Now let me see who plays the daddy, because hold on. Gary Gatewood. Who the fuck is that?
Oh my
Hold
gosh.
on. Gary.
We need to have a Where Are They Now episode where we find all of the uncles and aunties of, yore. Like, I found out that Chip Hurd is still working.
What's he doing?
She directs Tyler Perry stuff now.
Okay.
She actually took over her daughter Kim Fields' job at the show she was directing because Kim Fields got the job at Netflix.
Kim Fields works at Netflix?
Upshaws. Yeah, she's on the Upshaws with Mike Epps.
Oh. Such a good show. So good.
Don't lie.
Stop.
You ain't seen nothing.
Nobody told you wave my drawers outside the window, nigga. I was trying.
Listen, you don't have to lie to kick it. Just say, I ain't seen it, but I
It don't have nothing to do with kicking it. It is, I don't want to kick black people. So. It's fantastic. Then we get on Patreon. It's terrible. No, I can't say that. I actually haven't. I think I watched like 20 minutes of it or something like that, and I might need to revisit. That's all.
Yeah.
Let's look up some more dark children's stories. Now I'm curious. Okay, wait a minute. Go ahead.
I think my issue with like the Upshaws, it has nothing to do with them. I think it's just Netflix as a Netflix programming works for me in a specific area. Like Netflix does really well with reality like programming, right? So like The Ultimatum or even their cooking shows, Immaculate, or like their documentaries type stuff.
Yeah.
But like I tried watching Family Reunion with Loretta Devine and Tia Mowry.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I love both of them, but it was
Noah likes it. And you know what? I'm wondering if I have a feeling like I know my father hated Family Matters. Hated it. Thought it was terrible, corny ass program. And in hindsight, it was. I mean, and I mean that in the best way possible. You know what I'm saying? Like
you can try not to throw black people out of the bus sometimes.
Like it was good for our time. You know what I'm saying? It was good for our time.
Yeah.
I don't find myself going back to watch Family Matters. I can put it on for Noah, and she like finds it enjoyable because she's at that stage in her life. I'm wondering if Family Reunion is like that, where it's like it's made for families to watch together. The kids are going to enjoy it more. They pull Loretta Devine and Tia in so that the adults will try to watch it, and like So I'm wondering if it's that kind of.
That's probably it. Like I'm not saying it's a bad show. It's just it's not for you. Me.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
It's like but I feel that way about a lot of Netflix programming. Like
Listen, we don't know. Fran texted me talking about how in the fuck do you like Ted Lasso more than Succession? And I was like, how you don't?
Because I do.
Love your sister. But it's like everybody got different tastes. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, like I stay in competition reality for the
I
most
can't
part,
do that shit for the life of me. Outside of
See,
Drag Race.
I like the game of it all. I like the strategy. I like there needs to be a point for me to watch it, right? So like when there's a game show, I know that there's money to be had. like all today. You know what I was watching? Password with Keke Palmer. Fabulous. I think.
I think most things with Keke Palmer are just going to be entertaining off the strength.
Same. But you know what I mean? I was just kind of like, I like this because this is like, there's a point to this. Like, remember when we were trying to watch Ready to Love and I was so confused because I was like, so why are we here?
Oh my God, no. I kept asking that the whole time. Me and Kia were talking about this shit. I'm like, so you all want to, you all don't really want to help people find love. You really want to cause chaos and negativity because at the end, they all end up in a house and they be like odd numbers and shit. And why would y'all do that? You don't want niggas to pair off and find love.
No. Y'all want to produce television.
Yeah, you want to be hateful. Everybody got to be Matt Sharp.
And I hate it.
I'm calling you out, white devil, every time we record this show.
But hire us, because we, we'll make you money,
and that's all you care about money. Anyway. You ain't got no scruples, nigga. Stop playing with me.
I know. Let's take a break, and we'll be back after these mensajes. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hey y'all, are you a millennial who misses what life was like in the 2000s? Have you had a hard time finding new or curating music? Are you interested in multiple perspectives on relationships, dating, and music? Then you're going to love the See the Thing Is podcast, hosted by Grammy Award-winning R&B artist Bridget Kelly and media personality and podcast trailblazer Mandy B. Twice a week, Bridget and Mandy have nostalgia conversations in their growth segments, political pop culture conversations in their honest segments, and relationship hot take conversations in the slightly toxic segment. The opinions on the show are real and are brought to you by the genuine connections the ladies have with the guests they like to call their friends with benefits. Each week, you'll leave with some new music recommendations or a curated playlist that you didn't even know you needed in their freshly squeezed music segment. Most recently, the ladies have sat down with Big Frida, Remy Ma, DeRay McKesson, Chloe Bailey, and much more. Follow and subscribe to See the Thing Is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or on YouTube. New audio episodes drop every Tuesday and Friday, and visuals are available on YouTube Wednesday and Saturday.
2014, when you launched this show, I really feel like you're on the kind of like the cutting frontier, like the love frontier, would you say, of this whole new era of people, finding people all over the world, iPhones have just come out, a couple years ago.
And we're back. So, November is National Native Heritage Month.
I love it.
And, I think that, we should definitely, just not just us in general, but we should in general just honor those who, honor the land in which we live on, and recognize those who came before us, whose land it belonged to.
Absolutely. And let me tell you something. If anybody gonna tell you about honoring the earth, it's gonna be the indigenous people. I'm telling you right now. Mm-hmm. We went and when we did that talk at Cal State, me and Kia, when we went to go do Cal State, they they did breakfast for us, and we were there ahead of time and all of that, and then they did a prayer, and they have different students lead it. Shout out to Fred. Dr. Fred. And they have different students lead it, and it was an indigenous student who led it and gave honor to the sun and the water and the earth and the different directions, the east and the north and the west, and I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was very, very beautiful. So I feel like we should honor more. I try to stay really abreast of like indigenous rights and things that are happening politically, because they really are fucked over. Between the indigenous people, black people in Puerto Rico, They really don't be doing none of us right.
No.
And they the first ones to be shitted on in this country first before anybody else. Yeah. So
yeah, I find it interesting. I was talking on Twitter about how we as a people need to stop touring Hawaii.
Every time someone tells me they're going, and they don't give a fuck what I say.
Yeah, and I try not to. You be like, you shouldn't, blah, blah, blah. Like, I try not to Lisa Simpson people. Because it's like, it's your money, gonna do what you want to do. But it's also like, if this was a black thing and you wouldn't want this to be done to you and your people, now would you?
We don't like it's already it'd be done to us in other ways, and we don't like it. So
yeah.
Somebody always tells me we're going to Hawaii. I'm like, man, you know the natives keep asking us to stop coming there.
Yeah, every day.
That's very
about it. Like Facebook, stop coming here.
I'm happy to share some sources.
Yeah.
And I feel like if there's places we want to go, we need to do the research about, like, I know we all do our Airbnb or resort or hotel research and restaurants and excursions and activities and where we can take pictures on 4-wheelers and, all of that. I get it. I get all of that. But you also need to do research on what is the most profitable and equitable way to support the land that you are going to visit. Like, first of all, do they want me to come here? And if I can come here, if they are welcoming me here where it's not getting ready to fuck them over as a people, then how can I come there in a way that's going to support the locals? How am I going to come there in a way that's going to support tourism that supports the people who are of this land, as opposed to the giant corporations and conglomerates that come and squash all of that? Mm-hmm. So I don't.
Let me tell you something that pissed me off the other day. So I was on TikTok, and I spent hours on TikTok because it's easy to get lost. It's like Vine.
Yeah.
So I found this black gay vlogger or whatever, and he's like, or travel vlogger, and he like goes to different countries. He's been to like X amount of countries, and so he pointed out like a list of places not to go, as a tourist, as a black tourist, and yada yada yada. Mm-hmm. So like he listed all the places that he was like, don't go here. It's very ridiculous. He was like, they don't accept blacks, and they definitely don't accept gays. But then they're like, the places that he was describing were like Jordan or like Armenia. And then he went to like Benin in Africa and was like solely surprised that they weren't accepting of his queerness. And what pissed me off, I was like, okay. That's like
me being like, I went to the home of George Washington, and you know what? I just didn't feel very welcome.
Yeah. That's like going to like, to the Taj Mahal and wearing Fashion Nova, and that's it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's obviously like no, they don't like that shit.
No.
Why should this country be welcoming to your foreign self? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
if I walk into the church of Dr. Umar and the other black Israelites, them motherfuckers are going to scream and call me 2% milk and fucking
like
child of all kinds of shit.
Like, it's so, like, I get it, it's unfortunate, but like, you can't expect like for people to change a whole culture to fit your Western ideals.
I'm sorry.
I mean? Like, and I'm not excusing homophobia.
No. We're being realistic, is what we're being.
Yeah, like that's like what people. Okay, maybe this is the episode I get canceled.
No.
But like,
don't call it in.
No. Like, you know how gays, or not just gays, specific alternative interest groups. So that could be either race groups or feminist groups or people that are fighting against the status quo, right? Where they will go out of their way and like like they'll try to like shade a bunch of like old people and be like, well, they're being homophobic, and like your nana's not gonna like understand intersectionality and queerness at like 92.
That
you know
I be trying to tell. I be trying to like, and it is not because I am excusing it. It is because I've got to look at the realistic ways of and I cannot expect a 91-year-old to all of a sudden be like, oh, now does that mean that you don't share? No, share. You know what I'm saying? Put it out there. Like, speak up for it. But when you start getting upset when your 94-year-old grandmother will not change her way of thinking, you might want to manage your expectations, beloved. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, manage your expectations.
Now, your hateful ass 41-year-old auntie, you know what I'm saying? Or like your little wicked ass first cousins who say hateful ass shit. That's another story. That's another story. But your nana and them, it's like, girl, I can't do nothing with this.
For you.
I can't do nothing with this right now.
Like I see that argument all the time from you're like, oh well, you know, tolerance is not enough, you know, which again, true. However, you're trying to squeeze, you know, juice from a 100-year-old lemon. And it's like friends, Romans, country people, you know.
Yep.
Let's sit down and be a little realistic, shall we?
Shall we? Just a little bit, but you know, people don't do that. And in the TikTok generation, here's my thing. TikTok generation especially wants things instantaneously. Give me my just due right now. Do you realize that 40 years ago, people were still willing to poison their kids in an attic in their house?
40 years ago, people do that today.
Well, yeah, but I was referring.
Somebody did that right now. Somebody probably listened to this episode and was inspired.
Oh no!
I'm just saying, it's the probability of you thinking of something and somebody else in the world actually thinking the same thing and acting on it is very high. Like, we were talking about how it's unfortunate how school shooting has become, you know, like the thing to do, right?
Yeah.
There's one that happens every day. And we were talking about, like, you know, after Columbine, you know, it wasn't like it was bad, but of course there was like a series of like, because, you know, there's always people who try to follow the trends of the crime.
If they did, I could do better. Copycats and shit. Yeah.
But it was kind of like dry. I don't want to say dry, but it wasn't as prevalent until we got to Sandy Hook. You know, when it was like, oh, now you're killing elementary school children. Now you want to kill kids every week, which is so fucking random. You know what I mean? But like, the fact that there are multiple people that have this same thought and have this same in-game result, you know, it's like the probability of it is so wild. It's like somebody over here in Florida is thinking about doing horrible things to these groups of people just at the same amount of time as this horrible person is thinking about doing the exact same thing. You know what I mean? It's crazy to think about. But we were just saying how, like, there's no... It's interesting how it has escalated to what it is now, you know?
A lot of things have escalated to other things that don't need to be. But that's depressing. I want to switch gears.
Oh, yeah, we could totally switch gears.
I had a random thought earlier. Does out in the field, the term out in the field, like in a corporate setting, derive from slavery?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Why are we still able to use that? Home office, like, out in the field.
I used to hate that when I worked for, like, in social work. They'd be like, oh, I'm doing field work.
Nah, I don't like that.
As a minority out in the field doing field work.
You know how they started switching and realtors Now you know who's the racist realtors from the non-racist realtors because the racist
instead
realtors,
of they used to use master suite,
they
and owner
master
suite.
suite or primary suite.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that realtor. Her name is Rita.
I learned
She was
that
Mongo.
watching. Yeah, I learned that watching Selling Sunset how it's changed because I watch House Hunters every day, and they say master suite except for the newer episodes where they say owner suite or primary
suite.
primary bedroom. But I did watch on Selling Sunset how they're very cautious and they'll say like the owner's suite or the owner's quarters or something like that. They don't say master.
Meanwhile, I was watching the black ladies in Atlanta who do real estate.
Yes.
Yeah. I was watching them, and they was sashaying right through them houses talking about, and the master bedroom. I said, it must have not made it down there yet.
No. And, you know, I can't imagine. I'm sure if they were to say owner suite down there, they would look at them funny. Like, what do you mean? Like, this is for the master. That's what I thought, you know?
Hold on, let's see here. Common terms that come from slavery.
Oh, Lord. Common terms that come from slavery.
Yep, here they go.
Tipping.
Master bedrooms, blacklists, whitelists, sold down the river. Let's see what else. Okay, yes. Master, blah, 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 blah. We already talked about that. And computer technology. They use master and slave in tech?
Yes,
Tech engineers
they do.
use these terms to describe
Because-
components of software and hardware.
Because there's a slave, like slave is the dummy thing, and then the master is like the main file copy.
What? Okay, blacklist, whitelist. In tech, a blacklist refers to a directory of specific elements such as email addresses, IP addresses, or URLs that are blocked. A whitelist, by contrast, is made up of elements that are allowed. Ooh. Oh, you know what? That's true. They do use whitelisting. They use it in advertising too. Okay, in sports, the Masters
They even have it in
tournament.
your on Safari. It'll be like your whitelist.
Okay, the Masters
Or in,
tournament in golf. I feel like golf is racist.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Peanut gallery.
Okay, I can see how.
This phrase typically refers to the cheapest seats in the theater and is informally used to describe critics or hecklers. And the term dates back to the vaudeville era of the late 19th century and referred to the sections of the theater where black people typically sat. Jeffrey Barge, who writes a language column for the Philadelphia Inquirer, noted recently that the first documented use of peanut gallery appeared in the New Orleans Times, I don't know how you say that, in 1867. Grandfathered in. Ooh, like how they say with cell phone plans. Hold on. This term, the legal term broadly refers to the grandfather clause adopted by 7 southern states during the Reconstruction era. Under it, anyone who was able to vote before 1867 was exempt from the literacy tests, property requirements, and poll taxes needed for voting. But enslaved black people were not freed until 1865, when the 13th Amendment passed, and weren't granted the right to vote until the 15th Amendment passed in 1870. So the grandfather clause effectively excluded them from voting. Cakewalk! Cakewalk is racist, nigga. Did you know that?
No.
Okay. The cakewalk originated as a dance performed by enslaved black people on plantations before the Civil War. It was intended to be a mockery of the way white people danced. Well, that's... Though plantation owners often interpreted slave movements as unskillful attempts to be like them. They so dumb sometimes. They don't even know making fun. Let me shut up.
We could end there because that's funny.
Oh, did you know? Wait, hold on. I have to give you the last couple.
Okay.
We can't just leave them hanging.
Okay.
Uppity.
Sure.
Uppity. Lynch mob, obviously we know what that is.
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
wait, what's the origins of uppity? It's an epithet used by white people in the Jim Crow era to describe black people they believed weren't showing them enough deference.
You think you an uppity nigger.
Blackball, black mark, sold down the river. Oh, got to revamp the vocabulary. Anyway, that's it.
Antebellum terms.
Yes.
With Jade and XD.
That's terrible.
That's what the title of this episode is called.
It's a terrible episode.
Anyway, y'all, we love you for listening. Thank you all for another great episode. Check us out on Patreon for more stuff.